talk to you about how to create a value scale using the Gimp program. So I'm in Gimp right now, and I have the value scale JPEG open. So you can go to the color picker tool and then click here on the foreground color, and you can select a color. So I've selected a shade of red. Now I can go here to the bucket fill tool, and I will fill that shade of red in that first square. Then I'm going to go back to the color picker, back to my foreground color, and I'm going to select blue as my second color, and I'm going to put that in the second box up here. So now I just need to follow the directions. So I'm actually going to go back to this red, and I have my bucket tool. So it says here, fill the squares the correct opacity. So I'm already at red 100%. So I'm going to fill that square at red 100%. So now if I go down here to where it says opacity, I can type in my next opacity, which is 85, and fill that there. Then I can type in my next opacity, which is 70. And my next one is 55. I can also go down using these little arrows if I want, although I find it takes a little bit longer. And 25%. And then finally, I'm going to drop it down to 10% and fill that square. So you see what happens is the lower the opacity, the lighter that color is. Essentially, I was creating a tint. Tint is a lighter version of a color. So you would do the same thing on the second row, but you would do that with your blue, which the color number 2. Now I chose red and blue. You can choose any 2 colors you want. I'm just using red and blue as my example. So then if I drop down to the overlapping colors down here, the directions will change a little bit. So as it says here, fill boxes with color 1 first, and then place color 2 opacities on top. So my color 1 was the red. So right here it says red at 100%. So I can do that. So I'm basically doing the same thing I just did at the top, essentially in reverse. Oh, that was a mistake. Don't accidentally plunk the color down outside of the box, or you'll color the whole page. 50%. So you can see it's basically going in reverse of what we saw up here. And then it will get lighter. So this is where it changes down here. So after I have that first color on my page, then it says I'm going to have color 2 at 0 opacity. Well, that means basically nothing. So the blue doesn't really go on top of here. But then it says color 2, which is my blue, at 10%. So I need to go back to my color picker. I selected my blue again. Back to my paint bucket. And I'm entering 10%. And then this is where the magic happens. I put the blue on top of my red, which is my first color, and you'll see that color change. So now I need to lay the blue on top at 35%. So now it's basically the 2 colors are mixing. You can see I'm creating a shade of violet. 50%. You can see how that's changing. And 70%. And had I completed this, it would get darker, darker and turn more and more blue as it went on. So basically you're creating tints up here, and then you are creating combinations of your 2 colors mixed together down here at the bottom. Just follow the directions, and you're primarily going to just be using this color picker tool and then this bucket fill tool while changing the opacity. Then when you finish, save it and turn it in. Thank you.